right, so part two. We'll try this again and keep it moving from here. So as you can tell, our connectivity is not up to par as of yet. However, we will continue. So I'll give everyone a chance to fill back into our channel here. Consistency and patience as always with everything that we do, and having the confidence to continue moving forward. So once again, a pleasure to connect with you all. Greetings all for coming in and expressing the deep sense of patience with us here on the channel. Welcome to Let's Build. As stated before, we're moving through a portal. This is our sophomore season of the Let's Build, where we're starting to move into a deeper sense of healing with the nature of our expressions and our subject matters and topics that we will be discussing here on the Build. Of course, today's topic is of great importance and of basically one of the pillars of our healing that's necessary. As always, we will start today's proceedings with our exercise. Then we'll move into a small seminar, a discussion portion here at the Rock, and then address any of your inquiries, some of your stories, and any inquiries that you may have on our comment section. Once again, a great honor to connect with you always. So now that we're here and present, let us all clear the energies of the day. It is Thursday, and healing, of course, is the nature of our presence here on planet Earth as we move deeper and deeper and deeper into the reality of liberation here on the planet amongst the human species. Of course, you all are the leaders. You are the leaders. There are no followers here. There are no followers here. There are only leaders here. You are the leaders of the new earth, and your ability to be open to that which is being communicated, these connections, is reflective of your spiritual maturity in resonating with these divine energies from who we are as a collective. So without further ado, let's move into our exercise portion of today's proceedings. The 60-minute meditation, 1-minute meditation, if you will, is basically us clearing all the energies of that which is outside of this now moment. Just once again, asking for you to release, to be here and release all the thought patterns, all that has taken place outside of this now moment, the stuff before, all the thought patterns concerning that which is outside of this now moment, the things you have to do. Let's let it all go. It's to be here in this now moment. Our intent, of course, as your angelic guardians, is to connect with you on a deeply intimate level where, of course, our communication and expression and the guidance that is being provided here is beyond the superficial nature of pure sonic communication. There's an energetic transference taking place here through this vehicle, which is an expression of who I am as your commander, Ashtar. However, a much more broader connection is taking place where we are with you in this now moment. So let's take this 60 seconds to be quiet. Let everything be. There's no need to change anything. It's more so about just being here and being present. Close your eyes and feel your center, who you are as God in this now moment. 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Gently, gently, gently start to recognize your extremities, your arms and your legs. Allow the oxygen to move deeper into your lungs. Feel your physical presence. Gently take your time. Start to open your eyes. Breathe deeply. Inhale, exhale. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, kings and queens. Welcome, all as reflections of the divine here in this now moment. We are blessed to be alive in the miracle of life itself. Once again, we applaud your heroics, your consistency, your focus, all that you do, all that you are, the light that you continue to shine here on planet Earth in this now moment. This is no small task. However, you are brave, you are strong, you are here, and we are thankful. Our discussion today is on confidence. Confidence. This word is, the sound vibration is expressed quite often, very loosely amongst the human species, quite often. A true deep sense of confidence, divine confidence, if you will, is very rare, a very rare attribute expressed on this planet amongst the humans. It's very easy to claim confidence and use the term very loosely. However, a true sense of confidence is not that which you express amongst others. It is that which you embrace within yourself. It has been expressed before that the source of all the attributes that you have to share amongst the physical reality are embraced and cultivated within your being first. Know that it's necessary to have this frequency of being inside to share with others. It's necessary to have that which you intend to offer others internally first, in being source, the source of all that is, the source of the frequency that you radiate within the hologram. There's a common phrase that's used quite often amongst humanity. And it's not gonna be verbatim, but it's similar to this. It's easier for a king to control a kingdom than it is for the king to control himself or manage himself. Yes, of course, the term control is quite distorted in a particular way, but the intent of the analogy is embraced and felt intuitively. It is that which is embraced and cultivated internally that is expressed amongst others. The true strength of an individual is not in its ability to express a sense of confidence amongst others, but to look in the mirror and express a sense of honor, a sense of integrity, a sense of strength, a sense of knowing. Let's look at confidence through contextual definition, according to the English language, the English language's dictionary. So confidence is a feeling or consciousness of one's power or of reliance on one's circumstances. Also, faith or belief that one will act in the right, proper, or effective way. I'll say it one more time and then we'll go into the details of breaking that down. A feeling or consciousness of one's power or of reliance on one's circumstances, as well as faith or belief that one will act in a right, proper, or effective way. So those of you open and aware recognize the distorted language within the definition. However, for contextual purposes and the nature of our seminar today, we will run with these expressions and basically break down the doubts or the filters in such language. And first and foremost, as you can see, the contextual definition is a feeling or consciousness of one's power. Feeling or consciousness of one's power. It's an awareness. It's about your awareness of who you are, the awareness of your power, the awareness of your omnipotence. The second part to that is the reliance on one's circumstances. Reliance on one's circumstances. Reliance, another form or word describing the nature of trust. And when we talk about circumstances, we're talking about your life, your experience, your creation. Reliance, trust, circumstances, your experience, your creation, your trust, your trust. The trust in that which you created. We spoke of this before in our seminar on trust. Trust in your experience, trust in what you created, the trust of oneself. So far in the contextual definition, we have the feeling or consciousness of one's power, the awareness of one's power, and the trust of oneself, the trust of one's creation, the trust of one's life, the awareness of your power in trusting that which you have created as the creator. That is the definition contextually when looked at from this level of consciousness. The second breakdown being the faith or belief that one's actions is right and proper or an effective way is basically just to know that you're doing what you're supposed to do and there are no mistakes in all that you do. It's just another form of saying a trust in oneself. Beyond right or wrong, beyond judgment, to know that you know and know like you know that you know. We've expressed these in many different ways, the same context over and over again in many ways. The opposite, and these are realizations of minds throughout the linear experience. The opposite of courage is conformity. The opposite of courage is conformity. To conform is to do what others do, to do what everybody else is doing because they're doing it. So it's assumed to be the right way because you exist beyond, or you basically move beyond being judged by others because you've decided to do what everyone else is doing. It takes no courage to do what everybody else is doing, to conform. Once again, the courage to embrace how you feel and do what you want to do what you know to do in your heart and trust yourself. This is where you're operating from a place of confidence. This is rare amongst humanity. No one wants to be judged. No one wants to subject themselves from even the possibility of being judged, because most people are concerned with what others think of them. They're concerned with the thoughts of others. These are followers. Another part of confidence is the ability to realize you have what you need to do whatever it is that you want to do or want to do, need to do and want to do in this now moment continuously. Continuously. Your ability to realize that. This is, once again, going back to our talk on trust. These principles, they're similar to the colors of a rainbow because they all work with each other. And when I say a rainbow, it's not necessarily a line between the two. They all coincide and coexist amongst each other as attributes of who you are in truth. Everything that we spoke about within our seminars here in Let's Build has revolved around the truth of who you are as God, the attributes that are expressed within your nature when you're operating from an open heart beyond the ego mind identity. When you talk about confidence in general, I say it's easy to speak on confidence. It's easy to say it. It's a beautiful word, and we love to express it and say, "Oh, I'm confident. I have confidence in this." The talks, the experiences amongst others, amongst humanity, comes with a lot of talk of confidence, especially when you're around developmental types who have an intent to evolve, to remain on an evolved path. And these are beautiful expressions, to say the least. I'm not in no way judging humanity for the way that they express themselves. However, confidence is not something that you just speak on, being that it's necessary to cultivate it. I resist saying the word develop. However, within the linear experience, as we heal, it's an aspect of our healing. As an awakened soul, as a newly awakened soul, you just don't awaken and all of a sudden snap of a finger and you have confidence. It's something that comes with the healing process. It comes with the grounding. As you ground, all the attributes that we speak about are cultivated and expressed and expanded upon as you heal. So once again, it takes time. It takes time. It takes experience to cultivate the sense of confidence that's necessary to shine the light that you're here to shine as a creator. Doesn't happen instantly. It's not an overnight process. So in a nutshell, it's necessary to recognize that this confidence within you that is thriving, that is intending to express itself in its full luster, in its full wonder, is cultivated through your experience. The foundation, the foothold, the foundation of cultivating this sense of confidence in you as a creator has certain factors surrounding it. There's a difference. I'm not here to identify differences. Yes, there is arrogance. There is a distorted view or perception of things, if you will. There are these factors. However, the foundation of a true sense of confidence is in this: our ability to know, to be open, and to accept. Once again, I'll say those again. To know, knowing, openness, and acceptance, our ability to embrace these attributes, these aspects of oneself, allows us to operate from a sense of confidence that is true wisdom. It's not arrogance. There is no room for perception or false perception or attempts to judge or label things as right and wrong, being that we're dealing with a sense of openness. There is no resistance to the reality that is, being that we're operating and working with a sense of acceptance. And there is no doubt in our ability to move forward because we're dealing with the knowingness, where we trust ourselves and we're open to that which is unfolding to show us what it is that's necessary for us to move through in order to realize and expand upon our level of awareness. Our level of awareness is basically our level of consciousness. We're working with knowingness, openness, and acceptance. There is no ego when you're dealing with knowing, openness, and acceptance, because you're allowing life to show you that which is as you trust yourself. Let's move back to the experience, to the linear experience. As we work with the linear experience, we are going to, it's necessary for us to do the work. When it comes down to it, it's necessary to do the work, to cultivate the sense of confidence that we have we're doing the work. And doing the work is the hard part, because it requires persistence. It requires consistency. It requires focus. It requires us making mistakes and failures over and over and over again. I'll say that one more time. It requires us doing the work, and doing the work involves us making mistakes and failures, if you will, over and over and over again. This is a part of the process. That's why it's called a process. It's a healing process. And as we continue to do that work, we develop a sense of humility, knowing, openness, and acceptance of what is. This is why these are the pillars of development or cultivating that sense of confidence. when we're working with the ego mind, as we're healing the ego mind, we have filters. We have filters, and those filters are what we describe or what we coin as perception or perspective. The filters in which we operate within the ego mind construct, this is our perception. These are our precepts. They're filters of the divine truth based on our experience. We have them. We have to work with them in order to heal. It's necessary to recognize that we have these filters in order to heal them. This is not to say that you are your perception and the divine reality or true reality of your experience is your perception. No, that's not the case at all. They are filters. However, at this point in your expansion, amongst your awakening path, as you heal, you have these perceptions. You have these filters. Natural. These are agreed upon circumstances and filters in which we've decided to work with in this lifetime as catalyst to expand upon in who we are as the creator here on planet Earth. We've agreed upon having these filters, and through our ability to accept them and be open to them, there's a knowing within our presence that realizes that we are expanding beyond them as we accept them. So this is where the failures and mistakes come from. Yes, there's a sense of knowing, and we say, oh, I know, and especially when it comes to the awakened community, yes, we're awoke, we're awakened. And, oh, like you said, somebody said, I think it was Team, he said, oh yeah, you awoke, right? We awoke. It is what it is. But as you awaken, openness is the ultimate expression of wisdom. We receive many inquiries on a daily basis about the nature of what is taking place. And there are those of you who watch tons and tons of videos and listen to channel after channel after channel about the nature of this process. And what we hear most out of all who inquire is, oh yeah, I know about that, but what about this? No, I know what you're saying. I know, yeah, this, but what about this? And there's a blockage because there's a filter. There is an attempt to connect with a deeper sense of knowing through communicating with us. And when the attempt is made to communicate the nature of what is taking place, there's a resistance in saying, oh no, I know about that. I know, skip that part, but I thought you guys said it was going to be this, or I thought it was going to happen on this day. You said that when you said this before, this sounds like hypocrisy. And this is the ego mind attempting to take account of that which has been said in the past or in the illusion of the past and not accepting the present moment. Drop that. Openness. Open, listen with the heart and not with the analytical mind, and attempting to take account of or accountability of what is being expressed. Confidence is in your ability to exist more and more and more beyond dependency on confirmation and validation. To exist more and more beyond dependency on confirmation and validation. We're with you every day. The talking that takes place within the thought patterns of the mind. There's constant doubt being expressed here. The lower frequency thought patterns of the mind is a constant stream of doubt, constantly. This voice in your head is a constant expression of doubts and fear. Natural. These are the lower vibrations that you're working with. As you heal and move from here to here, this becomes less pertinent in your experience. You start to trust here and give less energy to that which is taking place here. Those who give more attention here to this voice are constantly looking to be validated, constantly looking for confirmation of what they are doing to be quote unquote right, or what someone else is doing or what other people are saying to be quote unquote wrong, or vice versa, good, bad, positive, or negative. We can replace the word good and bad with the, or right and wrong, with the words positive and negative. However, once again, they maintain the same context. Oh, I'm not talking about good or bad or right or wrong. I'm just talking about positive or negative. It's better to be positive than it is to be negative. I get it, but once again, these are just sound vibrational replacements. We're smarter than that. It's necessary to let go of these judgments, these labels, in attempting to label everything about your experience as one or the two. This is duality. Confirmation and validation are dependencies. These are crutches. Confidence is in those who do not need proof. They don't need another to tell them what they're doing is the right way to go, or the wrong thing to do, or good or bad, or a pat on the back, or a pat on the head. Oh, you're doing a good job. Oh, that's what we need. That's what we need out here. Good job. You're doing the good work. Oh no, you're right. I heard about that. And these are dependencies. This is noise. As you move beyond the stages of being a newly awakened soul, you start to release and dissolve this talk, the need to entertain such talk. Confidence is in trusting yourself, being unapologetic about that which you are doing, embracing, saying, or intending from the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this. You are always doing the best that you can in this now moment based on your present level of awareness and your intentions. You're doing the best that you can. There's nothing other than that can be asked of you but to do your best. That is it. So when it comes to validation and confirmation, and am I right? I have a question. Is this right? Is this wrong? Can you confirm this for me? Can you validate this for me? These are dependencies. This is the language of newly awakened. Those of you that have been healing consistently for some time now, it is time to evolve beyond the speech, beyond the need for validation, beyond a sense of parenting of another to tell you that what you know in your heart is the truth. You know what you are here to do. This is not preschool anymore. And representing the light, you're here to be a leader. And leaders don't need confirmation. They don't need validation. It is time to graduate beyond this. Healing involves dissolving the ego mind talk. The talk that says, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. The analysis that names and labels all of the reasons why you should be sad, why you should not trust yourself right now. why you should be scared, why you should be fearful, what's not going right, the complaining, the constant stream of doubtful, fearful talk that goes on in your head that you allow to be expressed from your mouth. This is the voice of ego. It is not you. You are allowing yourself to entertain the voice of those, or the energy that is responsible for the enslavement of this planet. Now it is time to heal. It is time to let that voice go, because it is not you. You're stronger than that. You're still here. You're here now. There's work to do. You know what this work is. You know what you're here to do. It is only necessary now to embrace the confidence to trust that which you know in your heart. Confidence is in seeing your own beauty, seeing your own perfection. Seeing your own perfection, seeing that you are doing the best that you can, knowing that you are the creator, knowing that you are here to do great work, only you can do. Seeing the beauty in all life, where all life is but a reflection of who you are as a creator. You are responsible for all of this. You are responsible for all of this. The beauty of life, the epic journey, the epoch of the human species, which is this now moment. It is your beauty. You are infinite intelligence. You are responsible for this. Your confidence is in your ability to accept this and recognize that there are no mistakes in your intelligence. This is all you. You are responsible for it at your core. This is all your creation. It's so beautiful that the mind that you attempt to analyze all of this with does not have the capacity to recognize your intelligence, does not have the capacity to recognize the intelligence in which all this was created. It's all yours. This is your creation. Seeing the beauty in others, of course, is in your ability to be open and greet all. We spoke of this last week. Once again, the rainbow effect again, all intertwining. Your ability to greet others and say hello with an open heart, to recognize the beauty in others, the way in which others express themselves and being reflections of self, the way in which others communicate, express themselves on a physical level, express themselves on an emotional level, the vastness of differences, which is all basically reflections of your ability to create. These are all your creations. Your ability to recognize this beauty beyond attempting to constantly recognize error or poke fun at mistakes through judgment and finding things wrong with life. This is the mind identity, finding everything that is wrong with life and needs to be fixed. This is self-hatred. This is finding any and everything wrong with oneself. This is just the opposite of self-confidence. The true opposite of self-confidence, finding what's wrong with everyone else and attempting to boost that which is within, because there's such a deep level of self-hatred that you feel that high posting, if you will, on others and their shortcomings in your eyes makes you a better person. This is self-hatred. This is the opposite of self-confidence. This is low self-esteem. Once again, the rainbow goes. There's nothing more attractive than those who exist beyond judgment. There's beauty in confidence. There's untold beauty in one's embrace of oneself unconditionally. There's nothing more beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, you are supposed to be different. That is what you are here for. This is one of the purposes or core purposes of you being alive here on planet Earth. You're here to be you. You're not here to be anyone else. You are here to be you, and you are perfect. You are absolutely perfect. Those who say otherwise are basically speaking from the ego mind and being under the mind control programming of the lower frequencies and feeling that you are to conform to that which are judgments, self-hatred. You're not here to be normal. You're not here to be anyone else. You're here to be you. You will, I repeat, you will be labeled as crazy. You will be labeled as nuts. You will be labeled as weird, bizarre, interesting, different. Pause.
Yeah. He was whispering that one.
You will be labeled. But you have the confidence to accept who you are as special. You are special. You are different. However, that difference is that you exist beyond fear in being special and embracing who you are. Embracing who you are as divine in a completely perfect expression of Prime Creator. This takes confidence. Your mission is unique. You're here to carry out very special purposes. Your path is beautiful. It's not easy, but this is what makes it beautiful, because you will evolve, and you will come out victorious in all that you do. However, it's necessary to embrace a sense of confidence. So those of you who are creating on a daily basis, those of you who are painting, dancing, singing, drawing, cooking, creating, this is not even a part of the seminar. This is a message from who we are as a collective. And we speak in unison. We speak in unison to you aboard our entire fleet, in unison through this vehicle. We express to you that as you heal, it's necessary for you to share that which you have as a gift, the many gifts that you have of creativity. You are here to share these gifts with all of humanity. You are here to share these gifts. It's not about creating a whole bunch of work and leaving it at home and keeping it in the closet somewhere because you don't want to be judged. As you heal, developing your confidence is about being able to share that which you have been gifted with to share. Through your ability to share, this is where we make this world beautiful. This is where we create the paradise of the new earth through your ability to share that which you have been gifted to share and create in this paradise world. This is what you're here to do. Beyond judgment, beyond good or bad or right or wrong, you are here to share the perfection that you are expressing. There are many of you, many of you we observe on a daily basis who are creating nonstop. Your creations are magnificent, but you do not share. You do not share that which you've created. This is where you're blocking the outpouring of the blessings that we have to share with you. You receive based on your ability to give. You're blocking your blessings by not sharing that which you've been gifted with. And a large portion of this is your intent to exist beyond the judgment of others. This is an illusion. This is the deepest of the darkest illusions. Is the judgment of others. You're here to be free. As leaders, it's necessary for you to free yourself and allow yourself to express yourself in all of your glory. This is where humanity is not allowing themselves to expand, to evolve through the fear of being judged. One of the deepest programs is judgment. I might add even deeper than the illusion of separation. The illusion of judgment keeps most souls here in the lower frequencies and continues the cycle of suffering over and over again. Something as simple as being able to communicate or speak in front of an audience of people creates some of the deepest fear amongst the human species. This is not to say it is an easy task. However, through your ability to open your heart, move forward, and allow yourself to take the emotional bumps and bruises through your experience. Once again, the cultivation of confidence is through doing the work. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to experience failures. You're going to be scared. You're going to fumble your words. You're going to mispronounce things. You're going to fall on your face quite a bit, but you're going to get up. Your ability to do this is allowing you to unfold and expand upon your greatness. Get dirty. Allow yourself to get dirty. It's okay. Fall, get up and smile. Keep moving forward. They're going to say no a bunch of times. No one is going to see what you see at first. No one. No one is going to see what you see right now. No one. You have to accept it as a gift. You have the ability, the intuitive sense of awareness to see that which most don't see here. It is your gift. This is why you're here, because you see it and no one else does. This is your gift. Needing validation and confirmation and a bunch of other people to see what you see does not make it special. They're not going to see it. Only you are first. But through your sense of cultivation, through your knowing, openness, and acceptance of what is, that which you see will expand. It will develop. It will come to fruition. And a standing ovation waits. A standing ovation awaits that which you are here to unfold. This is your gift to life itself. Confidence. It's not about belief. You've heard over and over and over again 1,000,001 humans say, believe in yourself. Nobody's going to believe in you but you. Believe, believe, believe. Believe, believe, believe. We are here to say belief is based in doubt. Belief is based in doubt. There are no beliefs here. For me to say I believe in what I'm saying says there's a possibility that what I'm saying is not the truth. That is not how we speak. There's only knowing here. There are no beliefs. I know what I know, like I know that I know who I am. And that is nothing other than God. I am. I exist. I'm here. I know why I'm here. I am doing what I know I am here to do. I don't need validation. I don't need approval. I don't need an audience to tell me I'm doing a good job or to like what's being expressed or believe in what's being said here. I don't need these things. I'm never dependent on any of this. I know who I am. And this is what I will continue to do, regardless if there's people here or not. This is what the heart knows. And this space of being is only embraced with a true divine sense of confidence. It is an attribute that is cultivated as you heal and awaken and realizing who you are as God here on planet Earth amongst the human species. Ladies and gentlemen, confidence. CeeLo.
Yo.
It's rock and roll, baby. Thank you for being here. We're moving on to our next portion, which is our discussion here at the Ra on the nature of confidence.
Yeah. So we will go into our first intermission. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead, since we're on confidence, got to turn up a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a pretty much brand new track, maybe like 3 tracks old, which is still brand new. Woo! So representing from the south side of Atlanta, woo! ATL for short. Woo! This one is spelled ATEL. Y'all know him as Lavelle. Yeah, this is a story told about his nature of his hard work in leadership through Atlanta while he was growing up before he actually took on the role, I believe, of Commander Ashtar. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. This is ATL, and of course, I'll post the link in the comment section a little later. It's taking a second to load.
What's up, boy? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, boy?
Come on, man.
Huh? So?
Sound.
Till it loads up, I like to introduce
He'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, the 666 tape was smooth out with juicy J. She black and them rapping that. Off with the honey great fun. When I hit back here, you got them come move, bounce. Get my kicks from you and I'll be out like
Man, up the intro. We're gonna do a pimp truck.
hold on, man. Yeah. Swag got my slick.
Yeah, Sky.
Slide to the block like candy. Razor blade surfing in the brandy. Sky. Yeah. For the busy bang. Tasty bro. Hey. I make us up teeth. Olive oil on my collar, man. That's how slick it gets. Olive oil on my collar, man. I used to spin shit. Stay still. No. Counterfactual was the distribution and option that we can't get down for the intuition like that. Hold up. Hold up, son. Check I'm not done. Real drama with confidence. Down good shit goes. Same blue shirt, brown penny ring goes. We be sure to let the pole people. But you wrong, girl, it was cool. I got some soft for them deep moans. I was going to the law and the skip school. Never seen you, bro. No home phone scholarships. I'm working part time up at my next mom. I fill out applications and food court. Cause I'm determined, man. I won't go home, bro. Grocery and this real on track. So gas time, real people validate the facts. When they do all truck came, I emptied that thing out by myself, man. When mama got the crib, I took care of the beds. They woke up and realized that I was not playing. It was strange. I wake up to the stuff that talking my walkers, no cash. I'm getting really young. This light skin show from New York. Baby girl and bread. If I needed this light, she would pick me up post haste. I did her some favors. She drove me to juicy where I picked my flavor of bluebell ice cream. Her sister had kids, so I brought the ones who offer GP. More time councils, roll more time councils. We show us recapping this money experience you did. Yeah, we gotta do that name now. I'm saying it's too late. Tool set, so free, you get some meat, no. I ain't even met your mama yet. No, she is a no. Show your elders some freaking respect. Scotty. Party like that. Squad all day, right? That's on the ground. As we start to wind the night down, you need something smooth, ride back to the crib too. You ride now. Back up to
You're watching a master of
You better ask somebody.
You dig? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to Let's Build. In today's episode, we're talking about confidence. Before we actually went to our song, the guy Amon Ra was abruptly interrupted. He wanted to introduce some folks to y'all today, so I'll pass the mic over to him. What's up, Saint? What's up, team?
What's good, everybody? Peace is you, boy, mine. What's up to the London crew that just left here on Monday? We had a pleasure.
Blast. That was awesome.
I hope you didn't,
What's that mean?
whatever you
Wow.
say, stays.
Wow, really, bro? Wow. Yeah, of course. Oh, man.
All right, hold on. So, like I was going to do before we got cut off or whatever, but actually we get cut off. But I would like to introduce you to you guys, the UBC kids.
What?
Yeah. The UBC kids right here. These are my little young guys. This is the firstborn. Who are you?
Ross,
Rise. Say what's up and peace, everybody.
what's up?
He just went to my psychology class tonight, and he did work with me. He got like, all the answers right, which is weird, because I didn't know he can read English better than me. Woo! Seeing that he goes to German school. Come on, this is.
Look at them teeth.
Come on, big team.
Come here, teeth. Take a bite at a time.
This is the little one right here, my little monster. What's your name? This is Sammy. He's still going through a little rehab. He had a broken leg a few months ago. Okay, he didn't want nobody to know.
You tell all my business to these people.
Baby.
So he's working on it.
You got the confidence to get better.
These are UBC kiddies right here in the house. We got a few more. They're not present. We got Kakalia. We got Kaylee. Oh man, we got the UBC kids in the house.
Yeah, we be having babies over here.
Anybody had
I know you ain't
have
talking-
any more?
King Daddy.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Let's Build Our Talk. Today is about confidence, and this is our discussion portion. So what we're going to do now is have a talk on confidence amongst ourselves here in our circle for y'all to view. I think we probably max out maybe about 15 minutes, and then we'll take a break and go on to express the nature of your inquiries and some of your stories, and then move on from there. So right now, you're here to view the conversation amongst us on confidence. So, fellas, let's talk, man. Hold on. Slide this back. Ouch. Jeez Louise. All right, cool. Old over here. All right, cool. So what's up, man?
Yeah. Confidence.
Talk
Confidence.
it up. What's good? I mean, how y'all? I mean, like, when did y'all? Oh, here's a great question. When in your life has your confidence been tested?
Testing.
Yeah, like when you really needed to buckle down and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, yo, shout out to PJ Sobit out there in Maryland. Grew up on my block over there, Sunny Chapel Road and all of that in Odenton. So like PJ was like the biggest dude, pause, on the block. So he was like for me, he was like the Vin Diesel. He reminded me of Vin Diesel before we even knew who Vin Diesel really was as far as Fast and Furious group, right? And but they was in the driving race cars and all of that. As teenagers, and he was older. I think he was like 2 years older than me, but he had a gang already over there. Like they was rollerblading, skating, all of that. And I was actually one of the first black families. Nah, man. There was actually there was the heathens of the tribe. like hockey. Yeah, but I mean like driving go-karts and skateboards and all of that stuff. They was like the extreme, like they was super extreme.
it was gangsters on wheels.
Gangsters on wheels. So warriors. Yeah. Basically. So like being the first black family on the block there, new to the community when the community was building up. I kind of got tested. They tried to test to see like actually I guess like how much of a man I was already or something, and they tried to pick on me. Like, now you can't be in the crew because you ain't cool enough, man. You part Asian. We don't know about that and all of this, and making all these racial slurs and all of that. And I was like, I ain't gotta be cool with y'all. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be down the block though. I'm going to y'all same school. And then one day, they kept picking on me, and then I just in martial arts I learned that I use it for self-defense more than putting hurt on others, right? But that day, man, the rage just built, and it just like straight up came out to where I had to use it against PJ because PJ was like bullying me like this and pushing me, and then there's people around who got off the bus and all of that. So I was like, nah, and I just started doing my like taekwondo stuff on him. He was like shocked, like because everybody that he picked on would straight like bow down and want nothing from me. So I was going in whatever, and he still yoked me up, bigger dude, but like he was out, and he had to like yoke me up because he was like if he didn't yoke me up, I would have hurt him. And they took him to the ground, and then I think like his mom came down. I was like, yo, why you keep picking on these younger kids, whatever? He's like, nah, we cool. And I looked at, I was like, cool. He's like, nah, yeah, we cool. He's like, yo, tomorrow, meet me up the street. I'm gonna introduce you to the gang, whatever, blah blah. So I went up the street, and they was all talking. They was talking smack because he ain't telling them I was coming. Right? They was all talking smack and trying to step to me. He was like, hey, this Corey right here. Anybody messing with him, yo, you gotta answer to me. He's like, you're the only one that had heart to step to me you know what I'm saying, in confidence, like step to me and like step up to me without being scared. And all of y'all was scared, but he wasn't scared. So you know what? If anybody part of the crew, he crew now. So y'all better show him some love, and that's it. I don't want to hear nothing more. Like I was like, oh, it's tight. Yeah, it'll be.
Okay.
You looked at Fast and Furious, it was kind of like the dude that played the undercover cop and went in there to prove himself. But that was the first time for me that I really got tested like that. And yeah, shout out to PJ, man. It's all love. And I mean, Karma. That's Karma. He got into a big bad accident, I think, when I was in the military, and kind of like he didn't get paralyzed, but it was very close to being that way. So he's well healthy now on his recovery. It's all good, yo. Anyway, thank you for that, because that's part of my journey right here, right now. So yeah, you know what I mean.
So basically, they helped you grab your cojones to be.
a little bit of it, yeah, a little bit of it, yeah. Because it was like I didn't have nobody around me, you know what I mean? It was just, I had to do it myself, like, you know what I mean? I didn't have no crew of my own or whatever. This was even before I really was really met Melvin too. Shout out Melvin, MPV, what's going on? And before I even had my own crew, like I had to solidify myself there on my own block, or I would have been done on my block.
Word. So that's love.
Yeah.
What's up, Angel?
Confidence.
What you been? When your first time getting tested, bro?
I don't think he ever got tested. It's not, he was born into it.
Well, no, that's the thing. I think that I act more confident than I really am. I think that I portray to be more confident than I really am. But I feel like I do have a certain confident level, but I also feel at the same time that I'm tested every day. My confidence is tested every day. So since wow, like what I'm talking about since little, I went through a lot of shit as a little boy. I can't even I don't have time to explain all the things that I went through. But I think I should be the most lowest confident person in the world. But compared to the stuff that's happened to me, but I still in this aspect I think I still have a little more healing to do. As far as it's not so much as not having confidence in doing things, but more in a sense not having any confidence in myself, like as trusting myself sometimes. Now it's almost as if it depends on the moment.
Yeah.
There's times where I'm super confident and nothing can stop me.
Yeah.
But then the situation changes where I'm like, super introvert. And so I choose when to swing my sword, to say. And I think that's what's made me stronger. That's what made me where I am now, because I do know that there is a certain power. There's a certain power in being uncomfortable. Like anytime that you're too confident, it can be detrimental. And I think that confidence comes when you know, and you never know everything. And I feel, well, if you go internal, and you go inside in your heart, it's always right. I mean, when I do go find myself going inside, it's my safe place, and then that's when my confidence comes out. I like to talk about what we talk about here because I feel that it is my safe place. But going out there, what do you want to say, society, there's a lot of pressure. And to be myself and do what I want, it sometimes is draining, per se. Like, I can do it, but I don't feel like going through the obstacles of being judged or being discriminated or cast out and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you just don't want to go through it, so you just conform. Like sometimes I find myself conforming. Not that I like it, but I conform. And I'm able to become an actor and give people what they want, act confident. But inside me, it's not me. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that person, but I've acted so much that it's become a part of me. So I find myself shifting between both sides. And that's, like I said, it's still a healing that I got to go through. It takes a lot of courage for me to just let go and be truly me, because when when I was young, and I know everybody, when we start off, we're always confident. We start off with no fear, but then you start to experience things that start to maybe be traumatic, or start to hit you where you're like, okay, what's going on, and your confidence starts to go down, start to deteriorate. So that's why I'm saying, I think all my life.
What would make that we did start off fearless. I do agree with that part, but what do you think makes it go down? Is it the things that our family and friends say to us?
Absolutely, everything
makes us
picked on.
Getting picked on, getting into fights,
laughed at,
being poor, being laughed at.
I would even say in some cases
it's so many things.
Family telling you that you probably can't do something.
Well,
probably because they can't.
For me, it wasn't so much my family. My family was very supportive, but going to school, everybody's got brand new clothes, and you got shit, right? That lowers your confidence. Or little things, like my little girl, I try not to tell her or make her feel that she can't do certain things. I don't want her to lose her confidence, so I don't down talk her, or anytime she talks to me, I listen. I want her to feel that she's important.
Yeah.
And not everybody growing up felt that they were important or they had any place in the world.
Yeah.
And that does something to you. It's not something that you can just like all of a sudden, so there is some healing to do, I think, for everyone. And I think that a lot of people are more confident than they really are. And for me to say this, it takes a lot of courage. So I'm saying, so
courage and all that. So
I'm just, I know that I do have a certain level of confidence, probably more than other people, but I also know that a lot of times that's just portrayed, because it's just the way I learned it.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
What about you, Tim?
Yeah. I like to go off of what both of you guys said, because basically there was a physical aspect and there was a mental aspect in that. And they both placate towards one another. I would say the physical aspect was when I guess I just pushed myself to a certain point. Maybe it was on C's level of being like the smallest kid in the neighborhood, but it was always just one dude that used to just beat up everybody until I figured out that I was faster than him.
Yeah, so
I used to start messing with him just because I knew he couldn't catch me. So you can't. All right, you bully me. All right, I'm smacking. I'm gonna take off right there, and I'm gonna run, and you can't catch me. So like I'll even come right in front of you and start juking and everything. It's like you can't ace the pistol ball so much. So that boosted up my confidence. Like, all right. I got something. I'm sure a little, but I got something. Like, and then sports came into play, and then of course girls came into play. All that other stuff, and that carried on until I reached, I guess, my spiritual side. That was like totally different, something I never really paid attention to, something I never really experienced. But I have so much confidence in it right now because it intrigues me almost all the time. And it's like, okay, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Wow, I can't believe, wow. It's like a bunch of wow moments, even if it's something so-called negative, even though that's not really negative, but in other people's eyes or aspect of life, it could be something negative. But I believe in what I do so much. I have the confidence because it shows that my confidence kind of like paves the way of basically what I need. I ain't gonna say what I want in life because I fell back from the things that I actually want. I'm more projected towards the things that I need and to basically to placate, to take care of these young gods and my friends and my family or whatever. So I have to have the confidence to know that what I'm doing is the right thing. Well, even though everybody might not can see it, as long as I know.
Yeah.
And it might sound narcissist or egocentric
Nah,
a
bro.
little bit,
Well,
but
you know.
it's like I got the confidence to know when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna do the right thing, even though somebody might oppose to it, or I'm gonna go over here and do this, or I'm gonna do that. I just kind of know deep down inside that it's gonna work, that it fits, without really trying to force it and push it to where it needs to go. I mean, you gotta put a little something, but I just call that direction.
Dope.
It's not really a force or push. It's just a direction. Like you want to walk to the store, you can't walk to the store. You don't take that first step, basically.
Word.
But the confidence to be able to walk just like this guy right here.
Stop.
Come on, confidence. You built your confidence to start walking on their leg right now. You was in crutches a few weeks, right? You had to have confidence for that. And yeah, it's just like both of you guys' aspect is that life confidence.
Word. And I think confidence also plays in the more spiritual aspect of it. Confidence plays in creating.
Yeah.
Creating your environment, writing your script.
Yeah.
And I will say that I have more confidence in this. I feel like my intentions are in the right place, so I'm confident in this direction.
Yeah.
So I feel like I am constantly creating exactly or close to what I want. But then on the other side of that, I find myself being afraid of creating what I don't want. Yeah. Sometimes I'm sitting around and saying it's going too good, right? And then it's the wrong way of thinking. I know it's not the right way to be thinking, but sometimes I get anxiety because I feel like I'm creating things too quickly, or it's going too well for me sometimes. And then I say to myself, how am I doing? I know that I have the right intention, and I'm creating what I want, but I know that I don't have a control of it. I feel like I don't have a control of it. My mind wants to have control of it, and I really believe that I'm creating everything. Like, no shit, I feel like constantly when I'm waking up and I open my eyes that I'm creating every step of the way, right?
Yeah.
And right now I'm listening to some tapes about creating.
Still got tapes.
Well, I say it's YouTube. I say tapes.
Yeah.
But I'm listening to some audio stuff. Yeah. And then it talks about that same thing. And confidence plays a strong role in creating, I believe.
Yeah, most definitely.
Right? With having confidence, there's nothing stopping you.
Absolutely. I tell a story all the time. I think it was probably like the start.
Right.
I can't remember what grade I was in. I think I was in like second or third grade, something like that. One of them real impressionable years in your life. And it was some dudes. It used to be me and Reggie and Lamar. It was like 4 or 5, 6 of us. No, no, we were walking home. We was, you know what I mean? If I wanted the kids to walk home.
Why you even think about the You say I'm trying to correlate gang and skate. I don't know how to put that together.
You ever see Ninja Turtles, bro? Come on.
It's like the skate gang.
Yeah.
Like the Foot Clan.
Yeah,
Oh man, yeah.
You stupid. Nah, so we used to walk home, right? I walk home from school. And I was kicking it with them. Cause they were the cool dudes, you know what I'm saying? We was cool, was chilling, this, and you know what I mean? Some of the dudes get girls and stuff like that, and I kick with them. And you do little stuff, we steal it from the store, getting into mischief or whatever. And one time my mama came, and it's always got to do with my mama. I swear. Sometimes my mama came through in the clutch in a lot of situations in my life. Straight up, I'm not even on front. I mean, my daddy did a lot of stuff, you know what I mean, as far as observing. But my mom always told me a lot of stuff. She's super self-expressive. Anyway, she came to pick me up. We used to go to the rec center after school. You know what I mean? They work late, you know, they work late, and then your mom and them come in. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They had a boom box up there, you playing Chinese checkers, and you know what I mean? Whatever, we was chilling at the rec center. So, they was ready to walk home. My mom pulled up and she saw me kicking with them. And then, she was like, all right, cool, you kicking with them. I don't know what it is, whatever. When I got in the car, she was like, hey, so you be chilling with them, huh? I'm like, yeah, they cool, they're Reggie, blah, 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 blah. This, you know what I mean? I kind of was mimicking some of their mannerisms and stuff, and she saw it, you know what I mean? So she was like, all right, well, you know, you can kick it with them and stuff, but look, check this out. You don't like in life. You don't want to be nobody's pawn. You don't be, you're not nobody's follower. You want to be your own man. You want to go your own direction. You don't want to be following these dudes and trying to act like them and this, that, and so. You want to do your own thing. It's cool to kick it with them and stuff like that, but it's cooler to be your own person. Cause for real, you know, them dudes gonna be kind of running behind them, chasing their validation and wanting to be cool with each other, or at least exist beyond the judgment of them themselves, the validation of confirmation amongst themselves their whole life. So you want to do your own thing. And then it was crazy. It was so ill. It was so dramatic, like how it kind of panned out. Because when I got in the car, then we started driving back to the crib. We had to make a U-turn around the block, and we started driving towards the crib. So when we made the U-turn around the block and we came back, we passed them, and it was like maybe like one or two of them up front, and like the other 3 or 4 dudes was kind of running behind them to catch up with them. And I caught that out of the side of my eye, and when I saw that, it basically was a metaphor of exactly what she just told me. Like they gonna be chasing the dude up front the entire time instead of doing their own thing. And from that point on, I was like, nah, I don't want to be in the crowd or the in crowd. I want to go my way. So from that point, I was like, you know what? I feel like it's necessary for me to be comfortable with doing what I want to do. I don't need a bunch of people around me to do what I do. If I'm dressed like this, I'll be the only one to do it like this. I'm gonna do my thing like this. I don't care if people want to kick it with me or not. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna go this way.
Right.
And then as far as confidence is concerned, like that, developed it because it was more so just me doing my thing. I wasn't tripping off of other people and what they did. Now, when it came to life in general, I feel like amongst the experiences that came after that, like, you know what I mean? My mom and dad got divorced, like, I'm like 12, stuff like that. You know what I mean? We was living in a nice crib and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, when you get divorced and all that, you end up going back to the hood. You stay with grandma's house. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You stay with grandma's house, and then you stay at your daddy's house for a little bit, and you go back to grandma's house, and you stay at your uncle's house, and this, and blah, blah, blah. You kind of just kicking it in the hood.
I didn't even have that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, stuff like that. You know, you end up on the block. So amongst those experiences, moving back and forth and getting evicted a couple times, all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times there was no bread, there was no cake, we had no money. Yeah. And every time, it happened so many times that was the case, something always happened. Like, there would be like no logical way out of the situation in sight as far as how we gonna eat today, or how we gonna get dinner tonight, or where we gonna get this from, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be Christmas, and then before Christmas, and we ain't got no money, and we got the food, and this, and out of somewhere, somehow, we got some bread or something, or some money, and what this, we made it tight, and we got some little knickknacks or stocking stuffers or whatever versus big presents and all the other kind of stuff. Some always worked out. And after going through those situations so many times, I was like, yo, something is working. Because every time if like you feel hopeless and you back in a corner, something just worked out of nowhere. Like something just happened. Or some type of resources or whatever you need come out of somewhere. So it was like, yo, out of all these times, my entire life, we've kind of spent on the edge. And every time we come out clean. We didn't starve. We didn't go without. It was always something.
And that's where confidence comes in. Now, when you have that relationship, you understand how that works. Your confidence is there.
And then you realize that there's unseen powers at work. There's no shadow
there's no doubt there is
that
unforeseen power.
that's what it is. Like
I
after
have no
going
doubt
through that,
there is. So
after going through that so many times, so many years, it's like, you know what, son, straight up and down, there's something that worked here that I cannot ignore. I can't explain it. I don't know exactly, or at least at that time, I didn't know what it was, but I knew it, that there's something there. And obviously, I don't necessarily recognize what it is, but I'm safe.
Right.
Because every time we back in the corner, it's nothing.
Right.
Your stomach, you know what I mean? Like your ribs touching, and this, and this out of somewhere, something always came. And that's why I was like, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah, you're always gonna be good.
And once you get to that point, like, you know what? I don't know what it is, but I just need to let this go because my whole life I've been good. And now I feel like as a person in general, I thrive, or I don't want to say I thrive off of it, but I'm excited when I get put under pressure. I get excited when I'm put under that kind of pressure. Why? Because I know something's at work. And I know it's a surprise. It's just starting to bust out because I know my intentions. I know how hard I work. I know I deserve it. I know who I am. And when I get put under pressure and it seems like there's no hope whatsoever, I get excited, bro. And it's like, you know what? Something ill about to happen.
There's only one way.
Something ill about to happen. Why? Because I put in the work. I know something ill about to happen. And every time it happens just like that. Every time. But
that's what it is.
It takes like being pushed in that corner so much, you develop that type of confidence, and then you get excited about it. And you're like, you know what, life is just.
Actually, now, it's not even a corner.
Yeah,
it's
word.
not even pressure. It's like, all right, whatever.
Most that, like, watch
I
this.
Sweat this, but watch.
What's that? Exactly. Then you're like, go, watch it turn out ill. Watch. You're gonna be about to observe a miracle. You dig?
Yep.
And this, this is where that confidence came in. He's like, you know what? I don't need validation. I don't need confirmation from nobody. I'm in my own zone. I appreciate what it is. When it comes to like the stuff that we're doing with music, you know, you hear stuff all the time. People, oh yeah, you should put your music on this place, and da 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 da. You should do it like this. Y'all need to get paid for what y'all do. This. And I'm like, yo, you know what, son? For real. How I've grown up and the things I've experienced. There's one thing that I recognize out of all these experiences, and that's that I'm always safe. And if I recognize unconditional love, like I recognize it and know it, then that means all for the strength of what we're doing and the services that we provide and all of the things that all the data that I've collected about wealth builders and people who do great things of the world. They've always been the ones who've given first and allowed the reaping, the harvest to come in without focusing on it.
Right.
And they're like, well, dog, y'all supposed to just y'all supposed to kind of ask for what you want. And I'm like, no, bro, we don't need to ask for nothing. We just need to do the work. We just need to keep serving. We just got to serve. Because the thing is, we're going to get taken care of along the way.
Right.
But you got to understand, it's a surprise that we're destined for.
Right.
And the thing is, I want to be surprised. I want that abundance. I don't want no little teeny cake or ask $5 and $10 from people every time we give out a seed and all the other kind of stuff. I want to work hard as crap every day. And when the time is appropriate, we're going to eat. But the kids going to eat first. Then we going to eat. Mm-hmm. But when we eat, we going to feast. Mm-hmm. You dig me? Straight up.
So in the most simplest form,
mm-hmm.
confidence comes in knowing.
No doubt.
So
I don't know. It's not even knowing because you don't know.
No, well, confidence we do know because
well,
he
you
said,
know when you say you know that's more of a
no you
think I do, but most of the time deep down inside you don't know.
No,
you didn't know you was going to.
If you're thinking about the mind,
yeah, of course, the mind don't know, but the heart knows.
You can feel it, but I'm talking about the heart. The heart knows. And so, like for him, he said he knows there's something in play. He can't explain it with the mind, but you know deep inside something is playing, and that's knowing. That's to me, that's knowing.
Of course.
That's deep, true knowing, because
No
the
doubt.
mind can think
It
and
ain't comprehend what's
but the
going
mind
on.
is limited, and,
No doubt.
and I think that confidence comes in truly knowing.
Mhm.
Now, my question is, would we be even talking about confidence if we had fear? If we didn't have fear at all? You know what I'm saying? Would we even talking about it? Because without fear,
we had to go through it back then.
what I'm saying,
But
without
if we did never have it, like we never went through the feeling of fear at all, would we be talking about
No
confidence?
doubt.
He said the
So-
root, we're born fearless
Fearless, yeah.
already, so you would have the confidence.
What's that?
The only thing that put us through that fear is the
Right.
environment.
So if you know, at first we grow without fear, and then we start to learn fear, learn however it is. Everybody's different, but we wouldn't be talking about confidence if we've never gone through those things.
Absolutely.
So, but it's necessary. Those things are necessary for us to actually realize what we realize now in the bigger picture.
Most definitely.
Like,
It's an
it's part
expansion.
of
It's a part of the experience.
Fear,
No doubt.
you have to accept it the same way you accept anything
The
else,
experience
because
of illusion.
because it's part of this evolution. That we're going through.
Absolutely. Because in order to serve, we have to heal ourselves and express the nature of what those in fear are going through. Because we've been through it ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And you and I have realized there is a force in place if you didn't go through those.
You
those
dig?
things.
That's real.
So, and that's truly knowing yourself and knowing God.
Absolutely.
That's having a relationship with God
Most definitely. Internally. And recognizing your creation. Because then when you recognize the infinite intelligence of life itself, you recognize that there's intelligence at work. And on a deeper level, you come to realize that this is something that you created, because there's always the things in place to make sure that you're always safe.
Yeah.
It's just that it's the fear in the mind that feels that things are not in order, and
Right.
you somehow are in danger, or you're
Right.
being challenged, or there's a block or something
Right.
in your way or whatever. And for real, it's not real. You try to figure it out.
Right.
You're attempting to analyze the nature of what you already created and outsmart yourself.
Right.
And in actuality, you know what I mean? You've already created it.
Right.
It's already there.
Right.
But you basically just, if anything, your maturity and wisdom is in your ability to be cool and accept what's taking place.
Absolutely.
That's why acceptance is the hardest thing in the world. Just to sit there and take it.
Right.
It's hard to sit there and take it. Why? Because you feel like you got to figure it out and move things this way and that way and blah, 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 blah. And you're doing all this physical stuff, attempting to change things because you're scared.
Right.
You're trying to fix it and make sure you don't get hurt. And I need to make sure I'm not going to fall and this.
And sometimes
like, bro,
you-
just relax.
Right. And sometimes you do yourself more harm, because then the fear starts to build up too.
Of course.
And then it's the anxiety starts to build up. The anxiety starts to build up too.
Absolutely.
If you already got a question, and if fear already exists.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah.
like I find myself, like, if you start questioning more and more, you start getting more anxiety.
No
Like, you
doubt.
start to add other shit. Things start going in your mind. It's like, oh, what if this? And then it's just a circle.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
Ridiculous
And
cycle.
then you're freaking like,
Yeah, then
you
you
know
just,
what I'm saying?
what else? I used
Paralyzed.
to get panic attacks.
Me too.
I used to get
I'm with
panic
you. I still get some.
attacks while driving. And that's like the worst thing in the world. You know what it feels like when you're driving and you get a panic attack?
Right.
You feel like when you go on a curve, you overthinking the curve where you'll like go straight and then try to cut it like this versus just turning the wheel a little bit and letting it glide.
Right. And that's exactly.
You're overthinking your experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, when you ask questions and attempt to get answers, once again, on the healing path and the spiritual stuff, people always, oh no, the answer. Oh no, you got to ask the right questions and da da da. Once again, Q&A, question and answer. This is all mental stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is all mental stuff. There is no answer.
Yeah, if you want to know anything, you go inside.
There's life. Your experience is about trust. If there is no question, there is no answer. And the thing is, confidence is in not having any questions. It's about experiencing your experience, experiencing that what you created, and accepting what is beyond asking questions. You know, period. And you accept what's going on.
And it's funny because I've had a lot of experiences like that, like you explained, in my life, where I finally could trust what's in play. You
No
know,
doubt.
like when I was getting out of the military,
Mhm.
you know, I was sitting there and we were waiting for a signature. Once I signed that, I'm out. I had a decision to extend or to just get out. And for me, that was a scary thing because the military did everything for me.
No doubt.
I'm saying, right out of high school, they took care of me. You know, they did my medical appointments. They did everything for me.
What's that?
So now here I am going to the real world, and I have to do everything.
No doubt.
You know, and that was like the most scariest thing for me.
Yeah.
But then, and I remember it. Something inside me said everything's gonna be fine. That's like almost something was speaking to me. It's like, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. And then all of a sudden, it was like, yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
Brought back something.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't worry about it.
I had the experience where it just brought back a memory of
Yeah, I think a lot of us
it
went
was
through
a
that.
choice. Like, all right, I'm out. It was
No
like,
doubt.
what you gonna do? I don't care. Figure it out.
Like,
I have no idea.
Oh, you work for Pawns.
No!
You know that's
Yeah.
so you work for Pawns.
Oh shoot! I don't think I ever seen
Yeah, for real though.
Like,
Never.
I've seen somebody work for Braun. Like, oh, I remember you. Long time ago.
Never seen no pond.
You dig?
That was the 80s.
So, actually, you know what? We're going to take a break right now. We've been talking quite a bit. What's up,
Hold on, I
son?
want to ask Ross something real quick. Come on, real quick.
What's up, Ross?
'Cause
Sorry.
He surprised me today to be outspoken in class. You know what confidence is? Confidence. When you have the strength to do something, to speak or to do what you do. What gave you confidence to speak in my class today? Well, in class today, in front of a bunch of people that you don't know and a big teacher in a university? You were speaking in a university, giving answers. What gave you the strength and the confidence to do this?
I was watching you, Daddy.
To being a man. A little about little about big man. Like my daddy.
Oh,
There it is. Oh, look at Daddy.
Yeah.
That's why you missed the button.
Tell Daddy. Tell Daddy.
Don't worry about it.
Yo, so no doubt. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take one break and then we're gonna come back in just a second, and then we're gonna address any inquiries or stories that we have in our comment section right now. I'm gonna pass the mic over to C-Lo so we can get your song selection, and then we're gonna move forward with our Let's Build on Confidence today. Thank y'all for being here. We love you.
Total surrender to spirit. Daddy, look, that's for us too. There is a total surrender to spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit or spirit?
Spirit.
Right on, bro.
You dig?
But I'm not lying. And Daddy, I was not lying.
I know he wasn't.
So I showed you guys.
You sure it's on that one? Nope. Fast forward a little bit without the intro.
Is it on?
Huh?
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we coming.
What you doing? Showing your daddy homework or what?
No.
That's your homework?
No. That's what I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Man, he's going to college early, ain't he? Good. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take this final intermission before we get to the last segment of our show this evening. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our classic track from when he was known as SWAT, not Amon. This one is called definitely a confident track itself. Swag of my own. We'll put the link up in the comment section.
Hey.
Catch this on YouTube, I believe, and it's an actual video.
And it is with me and my brother.
Yeah.
And the kitties are
The kitties are in the video, classic. So,
I've been little.
without further ado, swag of my own.
Cool.
Let's go. Something like
Is it up?
It's all right.
You linked up? Good on you. There you go.
I remember this.
I got a swag of my own. Got me singing like, hey, 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 hey. I got a swag of my own. Got me singing like, hey, 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 hey. I got a swagger on my own, maybe cause I'm far from home. Speed out, press 7, kiss me in the wind, bro. Put me in the time, so the time won't catch me, yo. I'm the 9 to 5 slash motherfucker. The crowd's bubbling, what a man watch me, and I have a humble side, my haters gotta try me, yo. I'ma keep on moving, nice and fluid like H2O. Call me Mr. SWAT Team. Wow. Got me swinging like, hey, 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 I got the swag of my own. Got me swinging like, hey, 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 hey. I got a swag of my own. Got me singing like, hey, 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 I got a swag of my own. Got me singing like, hey, 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 hey. SWAT team and mission control come in. SWAT team, this is Godzilla. Mission control, 85 is in sight.
85 is in sight. Mission control. 85 is in sight. Yeah, boy. Yeah, classic. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank y'all for being here. Welcome to Let's Build. We're moving to our last and final portion of our build this evening. Our talk on confidence. As always, a great pleasure and beautiful honor to connect with you all and communicating the nature of our healing path, and as we cultivate all the attributes that's necessary and linking in with the nature of our true self within the heart space. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's move into our comment section address portion of our show this evening. Gentlemen, let's work with what we got. Mission control, 85 is in sight. Bow, bow, bow.
All right. We got Miss Lucy. What's up, Lucy? Lucy.
Loose. Love you, girl.
Lucy said, stop writing, people. It's disappearing. You got that on there? It just disappeared. What? I don't mind. It's not letting me check everything except for what's on the page. Oh, there it is. Where she go? Oh. She said, yes, when you love yourself unconditionally, everything else that isn't love dissolves naturally through inner healing work. Booyah.
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 Absolutely. So he co-signed you on that one.
Let's see where we at.
Just you got light.
Yogi love. Fearless, courageous hearts, beloved. Love in all ways, more healing. With heart, will always provided for. Love, self-trust, acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, Yogi.
You dig? Love, Yogi. Let's do what it do.
Miss Carrie Chu.
Choo-choo. Choo-choo train.
Grace, love being myself. Just flow in acceptance and gratitude and care to not care.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Beautiful expressions from you all. Thank you all for chiming in always. We really appreciate them. Boom shakalaka, as Arash just said.
Mike Breen said he experienced panic attack recently.
What?
If he goes through this cycle, he just stops and breathes.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was giving us something as well. Maybe you can reach farther up and I can't see.
On there?
It
Oh,
was way up. Someone was giving a story. For some reason, I can't get to it.
Let me see if I can get to it.
Sherry White. What's up, Sherry White? I've never seen you
she
before. Welcome,
She's actually got a lot of stuff.
welcome to the Let's Build.
Yes.
The Rock. She is saying, trust my love equals confidence equals no fear.
Absolutely.
Right.
I can't hurt anyone because it's love.
Most definitely. Great equation, Sherry.
Yeah, I can't reach it.
Can't knock that at all.
William, what's up, Will?
Big Will.
I have to be in a meditative state while driving, breathing deep. My angels all around.
Mm-hmm.
You can just say, boom shakalaka.
You can't say boom shakalaka. Most definitely will continue to maintain that sense of grace and allow yourself to continue to express and be here beyond the thought processes. Analysis is where we come with these attacks. I mean, it's a mental process. Panic attacks is a mental process, just like psychic attacks and all kind of other attacks that we talk about here on the earth plane. It's all mental. You get out of there and get back into your heart.
Once again, Ms. Chu, empaths can feel so much energies everywhere and may pick up on others' fears, especially in busy places. So maintain groundedness and peace within is necessary.
Thank you.
That is
Boom
definitely
shakalaka.
necessary. It's definitely necessary because I pick up on all kind of energies, like in so many different aspects, whether I'm around it or not. I pick up on so much. Did you find that one, C's?
Nah, I didn't see it. I can't reach that far now.
You hit yourself with something.
Let's see. No.
Come on, man. Y'all don't be scared to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that you read?
They're confident enough not to speak.
Angel said y'all confident enough not to speak tonight. So
Will say that we rocking that pretty bad swag over here.
you dig?
Pretty full swag. Pam is asking, can you compare confidence to faith?
Let's think.
So, and I want to say we said this before. the purpose, the core purpose of faith is to dissolve faith. And what this means is a person embraces faith in the first place to come to a place where they no longer embrace faith. And this is replaced with a sense of knowing. I have faith until I recognize that I know. Then I release faith and I know. Faith is similar to belief. To belief. My tongue is doing all kinds of stuff tonight. Pause. I said it first.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
So
No.
I said it first.
No.
Hey.
No.
He said Paul.
Come on, man.
No.
Pam, stop. Paul, we're gonna stop it. Pam,
What is you?
listen. I have faith until I know. The purpose of having faith is in allowing yourself the process to realize that you know. Faith is about embracing that which you can sense, however, you aren't confident enough to realize as of yet. Just as belief, souls on a path of self-realization and awareness and healing and evolving believe. They believe that in which who they are because they can sense it. However, they don't have the confidence as of yet to trust themselves and release the belief systems. Just as those in faith, those have faith until they have the confidence to release the faith and actually know what they know, like they know that they know.
Right. And knowing is a state of being, right?
Exactly. Knowing is a state of being. This is those who are conscious that they are conscious know. Those who are conscious of who they are as consciousness know. And this is a process. So we can believe and we can have faith. However, once again, these are aspects of the newly awakened soul's presence and not yet being confident enough to realize who they are. It's a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. I'm awakened. Now I know. It's a process. Things have to unfold. Experiences have to unfold through your intentions to realize what it is, to realize beyond faith, beyond belief systems where you only know, and there's confidence. This is what confidence exists.
That's what's up.
Because in confidence, there is no room for doubt. Faith and belief have their basis in doubt. However, faith says, I will have faith that I will know one day. However, when I know, there's no longer faith. There's only knowing.
Big shout out from Jennifer to Roz and Sammy.
Yeah.
Her boys saying what's up. Say what's up to them, man.
Say what's up.
What's up?
I think Sammy ran to get some toys or something.
Yeah,
so.
he's playing with some toys.
Yeah.
And I can say too for him hi.
Okay, cool. He said,
But wait, I have to just say it in his language. Hi.
Dang, bro. That's hating on his own
Wow.
brother.
At an early age. And he's already hating.
Yeah, he's hating.
Will said, I have built and found confidence rapidly ever since Lavelle activated me. I think you activated yourself, Will. Or you might have just lit that fire up under your
Absolutely.
hind parts.
Hind parts. It's all good. There's once again, this expression and your experience is of your own design. It's of your own design. It's not that I decided to be here because you needed it. Once again, it's of your own design. However, your spiritual maturity has allowed you to be open to that which is being expressed in a part of your own design. So once again, there's only leaders here. However, I appreciate the sentiment from the bottom. Will, thank you so very much for being here and being a leader.
Stefan got an interesting inquiry.
Steph.
Sometimes I feel too confident and can feel like I'm better than others, but know that we all are equally divine.
Confidence.
I can see where you're coming at.
Confidence remains beyond the illusion of separation, Steph. There is no separation in confidence. Confidence says, I know, I'm open, and I'm accepting of all there is. I know, I'm open, and I'm accepting of all there is beyond the illusion of separation. Now, I can sense where you're coming from. However, once again, your design is your design. Of course, you're not here to follow. However, your sense of confidence is in being open and accepting of all. Humility, and this is the same with humility. Humility says, I know that I'm God, but I also know that all that I see is God as well. There is no comparison when it comes to confidence. There is no comparison when it comes to knowing. These are all aspects of separation.
Feeling better than another person.
Absolutely. There is no high posting when it comes to confidence. I am confident in me that I am here to do what I am here to do. But through my ability to recognize who I am and what I am here to do, I also recognize the perfection in this same intelligence in others beyond the illusion of separation.
Because it caters to the ego, doesn't it?
Of course, this is separation.
It makes the ego
Confidence is an aspect or attribute of the heart space, not the ego mind. The ego mind is the home of fear. The ego mind is the home of doubt. This is the home of separation. Confidence is a attribute, a frequency of the heart space, of the divine heart space. So once again, when you're dealing with confidence, true divine confidence, you're dealing with the heart space and never the mind identity.
Got Laura Marie next. What's up, Laura? Yeah, work watching this?
Laura.
Work.
Did you get them crystals yet, bro?
No.
Laura
Marie sent it? I still haven't got them. But, okay. You know, the postal system there in Germersheim is not very good. So hopefully tomorrow.
All right, cool.
All right. She feels that confidence is unfolding on a daily basis. It's about having patience and doing the work inside.
Absolutely, Laura. This is the stuff. Yay.
Also, lately I've been having so many vivid dreams. Some scary, however, I know there are products of fears I need to continue to dissolve.
Most definitely. Of course, once again, within the lucid or astral plane of being, a lot of times, especially during this phase of your experience, a lot of us are experiencing initiations. And these initiations have to do with simulated emotional, sometimes physical experiences that bring a sense of discomfort to our presence. This is the nature of the dream state or the illusory state or the program, the temporary program that we experience in or on the astral plane, if you will. There are aspects of your initiation where you're working on aspects of your energetic presence here on this plane of existence in your dream state. When we say we work for the light 24/7, this is not something figurative or a metaphor, but in actuality, a true physical, literal, metaphysical sense as far as the work that's being done. It's constant. There is no stopping, especially when your intent continues to refine. As you refine your intentions, more work and opportunities to work on yourself are being presented, also in your dream state as well, Laura. So thank you for being here and doing the work.
Liliana loves your feather. She wore an eagle feather in her hair tonight too. I want an eagle feather.
Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Love. Thank you, Liliana. Of course, we are the bird tribe. Let's do it.
It's in the oven. SWAT wings.
SWAT wings.
SWAT wings.
See anything, C's?
Nope, just mad love. DK, what's up, DK? In the house, Derek Keller.
Melissa saying, continuing to do what you know you are here to do takes confidence.
Yes, ma'am.
All integrated and experience for this to be cultivated.
You heard? This is so beautiful truths indeed, Lissa. Let's keep it moving.
We love you all too, Jennifer. That's all we got so far, man.
Okay.
Nobody else got no bully questions? Anybody else get bullied but us?
Yeah, for real.
That's because we're black.
We got bullied by black people though.
Black on black
Black on black.
Man. Yeah, I gave him my lunch money a couple times. I
got robbed. I got robbed with a knife in the alley.
Wow, I got robbed. I think the dudes from South Carolina came and took my chain one time. That was whack, but who and them got them though? So my confidence.
Somebody stole my fake watch.
So I stole your fake watch.
Fake Nautica watch.
Oh, wait, we stole a round.
Well, I got robbed.
Wait, didn't you
Yeah, I don't know. Huh?
Didn't you get it back? I thought you said.
I threw it away. It was broken.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Then he used to get robbed. And he was like, no, man, no, I'm gonna get my thing. It was a delayed response.
Yeah, super
he
delayed.
Got bucked like after they took it. And walked away. He was like,
No,
I'm from New York. Give me my watch back. I'm from New York.
No, it was in front of these girls too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
The girls all laughed.
It was like they were there in the bus, they was trying to show off because I got a new job and look at my watch.
Okay, they took this joint.
And they like,
give me your watch. He was like, no, I'm from New York. Give me my watch, man. The girl's looking.
That built my confidence. Actually, that was courage. It's confidence. There's no fear in there. That, courage. It was fear, and you did something.
Oh,
that was my courage.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Give me my watch back.
Get my watch back. You see when they going in with another song, bro.
My grandmama gave me this.
Yeah, I got you.
Hit that on Bluetooth.
Yeah. No, I'm from New York. Get my watch back. Then you run around the corner.
I ran across actually the street, the mall.
Okay. This is our
Yeah.
Okay, so well, we got a few choices, but I'm gonna go with this one since we are running into the fall and winter's probably creeping up on us. But this was made, I believe, last fall in lieu of when we were getting ready to do our Cooley Vels Part 1 and Part 2 segments. I was already, I guess, going forward and trying to get with the Part 3, but we held off on that. And good thing that we did because we were able to cultivate more of our artistry and be able to provide much more on the mic as far as the different aesthetics of what we can do and bringing the magic of the healing music that we do provide you guys. So this one is called Fire Rooster Day. and it was actually right after the Chinese New Year, and of course that the past one was the Fire Rooster. So without further ado, Fire Rooster Day, and I will send a link in the comments shortly after. In the snow.
Hang out with me for a second. Life steps in the frozen water, cold and snow heavy, going about to open up the planet to the off-worldly jamming. I'm going up the stream, sonic sound slide through like a Santa memory gifts. Love bonanza is key, ignorance, about to chop and make with your lips. Forest come spit, yo, you never know what you gon' give. She see me loving ladies like a gentleman. I welcome them beyond the judgments and much encouragement. So still versus real when I'm home. Nothing from the this, I am this, I am that, I am that. The source amongst the algorithms, love is so attractive. I'm truly a magnet. Check the gift, double man, Jackson Jackson with the rapping, pure showing satisfaction. Relaxing in the lab is lazuli jacuzzi, yo, I'm laughing.
That's crazy, right?
Hey.
Hey, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Okay. No problem. Yeah.
Which time?
Yeah, I gotta get sleep.
Everybody gotta go home. George missing bow ties. I said hi, Robert in the sunshine. Cooler than a winter shade, summer rain on the break, sipping pink lemonade with strawberry slices in the picture, delicious. This refined palate tastes the flavor of flame. The clock big, peep what time it is. Once again, it's the Cooley Fellas' favorite years. Yo, big old life ships, we gon' be alright, kids. Sit back and enjoy the show. Moving through new portals, the Nexus, the best trip, illusory exit. Exits in space, club up the wood, jets in, flexing, instead, my feathers are different colors. Purple fat jetpack when I creep undercover. 007 up the heavy with the others who love. There's no need no validation, we keep it moving. Step this over the next movie, you did that. You wanna become your lunch pad, a cool breeze. My message you didn't mean, you hear rain, you hear pain. Continue with Selective Federation, the light, a life never show. We come yo, quantum speed, yo. Sitting still in the garden, you know this, and know this. No, you know this like the posies, we rolling. Most songs, think of the seas, they always act hard, but don't walk the streets without a bodyguard. Yeah, this dash talk, open hard, 144 in the ground, large, show, I'm in charge, down. My name is you ripping the block, wearing the crown. Yeah. Dang. Yo. Stop moving.
Don't sleep on yourself.
I just let this one ride in this for a minute. 40.
We are your ascended masters. At present, this realm is at a critical juncture. This procedure is nearly ready for disclosure and needs to be explained before this de facto and illegal regime is fully settled in. A new global agenda is taking shape. At present, we are in the midst of an administrative alteration that is to bring in a number of modifications to permit us to announce our presence on your beautiful shores. Formal broadcasts can allow us to begin a number of announcements that are to ready you for our mass landings and first contact. Ever since you were first limited by the evil ways of the Atlanteans and the Anunnaki, this realm has been the tool of those who stole your powers and then forced you into millennia of brutal forced labor and servitude. Long ago, heaven decreed that your extensive journey into limited consciousness was to end as you entered the 21st century. At that time, you were to resume your occupations as Gaia's primary guardians. Our operations were specifically designed to aid you as a star nation in the Galactic Federation's main colonization of this solar system of planets and moons. This project had been taken over temporarily by a dark force commanded by a special attack team from the Algera Continuum. Their mission was successfully thwarted shortly after your 21st century began. It is now time for the rise of a new republic in a new, free, and prosperous reality. You are also on the verge of first contact with the Galactic Federation. Your wondrous visions pave the way for the time when great oppression ends and is replaced by a new age. This blessed time is one in which you are to finally receive the fruits of a new monetary and banking system, an age where you become prosperous, perform humanitarian projects to enable you to create endless wealth and produce vehicles for a new era of peace and love. Heaven has spent the last few decades raising your body's basic operational vibration. Again, this is a sign of heaven's sacred preparations to ready you for your return to full consciousness. Special sets of instructions are nearly complete. Heaven has asked its administrators to watch over these times and be ready to act at only the appropriate times so set aside. Along with our associates, we are preparing to alter this realm and put into place what heaven intends. We ask that you hold these positive visions and let the wise ones of heaven carry out a most grand experiment for the true splendor of the human soul. Today, we carried on with our weekly report about what is occurring around this world. Everything is in waiting for something truly special to at last take place. No, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it Salam and Vision. Salam and Jah. Syrian for be one, and be enjoy.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for being here. We are coming and bringing things to an end here at Let's Build. Today's session has been on confidence. Confidence being that which is an attribute of the soul in a space of divine knowing. Awakening is being conscious of who you are as infinite intelligence. And that is that consciousness which you are as prime creator. Of course, this is something that is unfolded, developed, if you will, amongst the linear experience. It takes the experience to cultivate this sense of confidence. Of course, it is through your intention to develop a deeper sense of confidence, openness, knowing, and acceptance that allows the experience for this confidence to unfold. The repetition of you doing what you're doing, allowing yourself the freedom to do what you do beyond the fear of failure, beyond the fear of making mistakes, the sense of presence that allows you to be open to your experience, the blessing, the miracle of life itself. Once again, we are here with you. The guidance is constantly being provided. It is only necessary for you to be open to experience the experience, which is the miracle and blessing of life itself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. Thanks to all our guests today in the house and the physical for sharing their expressions. Mr. AAA, the guy Amun Ra. Big shout out to Overseas for providing our music, being the maestro, everybody for sharing their expressions, sharing your stories, some of your inquiries. A great honor. Once again, we are healing. This is a community of healing where we are open to connect from a place of unconditional love and acceptance of all. You're here to be yourself. You're here to be you. This is your gift to the world. This is your gift to the multiverse. Only you are you, and you are here to do what you do here in the physical. This is something that's recognized in order to embrace the confidence that is the truth of who you are. Thank you for being here. Once again, we love you. We honor you. There is a standing ovation amongst the heavens in witnessing all that you do here on the planet Earth and shining your light so brilliantly. Once again, from who we are, the angelic realms of the Galactic Council of the Galactic Federation of Light, and who I am as your Commander Ashtar. We love you. Thank you. As always, love and light, unity, compassion, acceptance, grace, courage, confidence. Cheers.